What we thought we would do today is we would talk you through some of the models that we would use in coaching, and as Al said, is things that you could use with your teams. So the main model that we'll be using today, although we'll be using submodels under it, is the GROW model. So this is the most recognized coaching model, and is applicable to most problem solving situations. It can be used both for you as individuals solving problems, or for teams, or for organizations. But it was developed in the 1980s by a leadership coach called John Whitmore. And it's one of the most used models in the English speaking world. So basically, GROW is separated into starting off looking at the goal and the aspiration, and preferably making that into a SMART objective. Next, exploring the reality of the current situation and what the internal and external opportunities are. So almost like a SWOT analysis, but with the help of a coach, you'd go into things in a lot more detail, and you'd really kind of get to the bottom of what that problem that you're trying to solve means. And then you'd come on to look at the options that are available to you, the possibilities, and you'd explore the strengths and the resources that are open to you. And then you come on to what they call the will, or the way forward, and that is deciding on the actions that you are motivated to take. So what we're going to be doing next is we are going to look at problem framing, which is going to focus on helping you identify a goal, and looking at the reality of your situation. So I'm going to hand over to Angharad.
No, it's me.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, Rob. Sorry,
Rob.
Rob.
That's all right. Hello, everyone. Yes, so the first thing we're going to be talking to you today is under the G, under the first letter of the GROW model, is something called problem framing. I'm afraid I can't see you all, but can anyone indicate, have you ever done a problem framing exercise before? Is that sort of phrase familiar to you, or have you written a problem statement? Have you ever done any problem exploration exercises? I'm not seeing any waving hands or anyone saying anything. Okay, that's fine. That means this might be new to a lot of you, and that's great. So problem framing is a technique that we use in our kind of world to help people get a clear-eyed view of what it is that they're trying to solve. So under this sort of GROW model, it would be trying to set a goal, really, by clearly defining what the problem that you face is. And the way that you define the problem, if you think of this metaphor of a frame, the problem framing, the way that you put the frame around the problem in lots of ways defines how you end up solving the problem. And that's sort of what this exercise is hoping to get across to you, is if you're finding that a problem is difficult to solve, then it's possible to change the way that you're framing it, so that therefore new ways of approaching it come into view, and new ways forward become possible. So what I'm going to get you to, does that make sense to everyone? I'm seeing a nod or two. Now I've explained it, is this something that anyone has done, has got some familiarity with from their work, or for a previous job, or outside of work? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. What I'm going to get you to do is there's a common problem framing tool called the five W's: who, what, where, when, and why. And I'm going to we're going to do that today to help you think about the problem that you're facing, and to try and help you set your goal. So what I'm going to get you to do is to just do this on your own. Say for 5 minutes. I'll just leave you to answer these five questions. Who faces the problem that's in front of you? What problem do they face? Where and when does it happen? And why is it worth solving? Is that clear to everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Debbie's agreed with you. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. And I got some other nods too. So yeah, I'm just going to give you 5 minutes to work through that. And if you think, actually, I can think of a number of different who's and a number of different what's and a number of different where's, when's, and why's. That's fine. Just do as many as you of the 5 W's as you feel like you want. To do. If you've got some time left over and you think you've got another one, that's fine. But if you can only think of one, that's also fine. And we'll come back and then we can compare them and see how each other have done. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you